Hey everyone, welcome to another Age of Mythology campaign video. This is level 18, A Long Way From Home, or A Long Way Home. Actually, A Long Way From Home. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. A Long Way Home is a song from RuneScape, but anyway, a pretty cool level here, one of my favorites. And so for starters here, I'll jump right into it. I run over to the south of the map, and it's hard to find gold here, so I run over to the south of the map here to take out this, there are a few scorpion men, as you saw, in a tower to expose that gold mine, and that's really where I set up my my economy. For starters, you start out with 2,000 gold, so you can get some farms going, and that's important to get villagers up and running because you don't really have too many to start with. And I think I queued up most of my houses there, which I usually do right at the beginning when I'm the Egyptians because the houses are free. And you can, as a bonus, you can seek out some enemy, they're like temples scattered throughout the map, and they give you a bonus of gold and help slow down the attacks from mummies that come in. And so you just use those Jarls and a couple of heroes to take out the scarabs that come out of the temples. Just be ready for them. And a few weak attacks come in here and there. But you should be able to hold them off with your starting guys for a little while. And there are a few elephants to be hunted, and they're a great source of food, especially early on when when your farms don't have a whole lot of upgrades yet. Just using a few cavalry to scout around a little bit, just trying to get the economy going. And in this level, you can kind of, I don't want to say get carried away. You'll see later on I mount a big attack against the enemy, but it's important to focus on the objective, which is just chop down the tree in the middle of the map and get villagers on there. Because sometimes it's, like I said, it's easy to lose sight of the objective and you just want to stomp all over the enemy, and then you finish doing that and realize there's 10 minutes worth of tree chopping left that you have to deal with, so just try to keep that in mind. And there's a river in the middle of the map that you can wall off at a few points, and I end up doing that to funnel the enemy through. And you can see there's another settlement over there to be claimed. Right next to a gold mine as well, so I do that. And I think you get a couple ox carts at the start, which is convenient for chopping wood because the wood is most of it's in little clusters, so you can kind of move around, and also for hunting the elephants because they obviously there's just one of them in each. They're kind of spread out, so it's kind of convenient to use the ox carts for that. And here I am being very agricultural as usual, putting up a whole bunch of farms. And I believe you can get into the 4th age in this level, so I guess we'll see. Usually I do, if you can. But I always go for a strong economic backbone, because military can always be rebuilt, but if you have a weak economy, then your backbone just isn't there for playing the level. So I think I made mostly axemen here to hold off their spearmen. And so here a couple mummies come in, but the priests and pharaoh usually can handle them okay. And another little attack came in, which was annoying, but it was just regular spearmen, so I think I held it off okay. And I sent Chiron and my remaining Jarls to take out another temple. And I think there are, I want to say 2 or 3 of them, but I destroyed one at the beginning, and then I just destroyed another one. Sorry, just destroyed another one. I need to wet my whistle, but yeah, it's kind of convenient when you destroy them. You get a nice gold bonus. And so here I am, aging up to the 4th age, getting that additional town center going, and I'm not really sure why I put up another temple. Probably to make priests, because they do have a couple Anubites that they defend with. But ultimately, I think I go with camels. I definitely like chariots, but the wood is kind of sparse on this map, so I went with I think I mainline camels a little bit more. Of course, as I say that, I create 4 or 5 scorpion men, which cost wood, of course. But usually, if I make myth units, it's just because I had a whole bunch of extra favor that I didn't need, and I don't like letting it sit idle. You know, I try to spend the resources as I get them. But nice long trade route going here to supplement the gold. And so here I'm getting ready to take over the tamarisk tree area, and putting up a migdol here, which is usually a good idea for defenses. And they send in a couple villagers over here, which is kind of sneaky, and they try to put up a tower and some walls and things. So you just have to watch out for that. And here's their counterattack that sneaks in behind me as my guys get shredded up ahead over there. So this gets a little bit dicey over here as I was researching an improvement at the migdol, so I couldn't really make units there. And so I called in ancestors to give me some backup, and that held off the attack for long enough to finish up the improvement, which was Toth's like increased migdol stronghold unit creation speed. So I was able to crank out some elephants to clean up that attack. And unfortunately, that wall I tried to build was in range of that town center, so I had to delete that, and I have to back it up a little bit. But you just want to kind of fortify the area a little bit so that you can chop the tree down safely. And I'm putting up another migdol just so I can keep my unit production up. And just trying to thin out their buildings over there to make defending a little bit easier. And most of their attacks are kind of a mixed bag. A little bit of siege, some elephants. You can see a whole bunch of slingers there, a few spearmen coming in. So now I can get my camel spam going to try to hold them off. And I think I might. You can build on that town center, but you know, it's one more thing to do when you just want to put your villagers on that tree and get them chopping that down. I think I chopped down a few more of the trees around the tamarisk tree just to make room for more buildings, but just sending my camels around to stomp all over them. And that temple right there isn't one of the musty old tombs that you can destroy. It's just a regular old enemy temple, but you know, anything you can do to kind of thin out the attacks. And here I'm putting up a wall over there on that river crossing to help keep them away from that newfound town center. And I put that up because I put up the town center anyway because I'm at pop max, and you know, you can always use more population. So just getting that, like I said, that diversion wall up, and I've got my villagers on the tamarisk tree. And now at this point I probably could have brought more villagers up onto the tree, but I'm having fun just attacking their home. So sent in that meteor power there to try to take down some of their buildings, and now I just took about 10 villagers off of farms and sent them onto the tree. Like I said earlier, just gotta focus on the objectives, and all the while spamming camels to continue the attack. And they defend pretty heavily, but they have a lot of towers mixed in, but you know, not a huge deal for the camels, which are pretty powerful. And now the tree's almost uncovered. And like I said, you really don't have to destroy them like this. You can just kind of defend and complete the objective. But I wanted to show that it could be done if you wanted to go about that. If you want to do that first and just completely obliterate them before chopping down the tree. It's a fun way to go about it, but it does make the level take a little bit longer. So anyway, that's all for this level. Not too bad, not too difficult, but has some interesting quirks to it. So hopefully it gave you a flavor for how the level goes. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.